From the high plains of the Midwest, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever your time zone might be. My nod to the late and great Art Bell. I'm Keith Sharp.
And I'm G. Dressel.
And we welcome you to Life After Life, a paranormal webcast where we talk about the paranormal, UFOs, or the unexplained. And the biggest question of them all, what happens when we die? Stay tuned.
I don't care.
Did you guys hear Garrett doing the deal?
I was sitting back, just cracking up, watching you play that song. We were just jamming out, and nobody heard it.
Yeah, I guess on StreamYard you can't do it.
What was the
I
song?
was trying to play a band called Squeeze. The song was called Tempted, and
everybody would know that song.
Everybody would know the song.
Squeeze.
But
Tempted.
I think what you have to do is you have to share the screen. Like usually on OBS, you could play Spotify, and it would come through. But I don't think it works like that on here. But oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what do you do?
What are you gonna do?
Forget about
So
it.
how is everybody? Let's do a few.
The regulars are in.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Life After Life. How you doing? Doug.
I'm gonna
Jared.
I'm hitting up Mona
Kim.
on Instagram right now and saying, hey, where are you?
Mona hasn't been on a long time.
Does she hate us?
Hey, it's Maddie Shea. Welcome back.
Hey, Maddie.
There's Garrett. Hey, Garrett. How are you?
Hey, good.
And Susie Heath, our supporter who financially supports this show. Lipcha, good to see you.
That was fun when Susie called in.
That was. Let's see. Mel Lennon. I can guess who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick McClure.
Pat.
As you call Pat. Who else we got here? I left my glasses in. That's all right. It's like
Do you need your glasses?
Nah. I've got some glasses right here.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to give us Sopranos. Susie Heath. Forget about it. See you guys. Susie Heath. Thank Susie Heath for keeping the show alive.
Yeah.
She pays for our ink.
Thank you, Susie.
And our paper. Thank you very much, Susie. You're awesome. We do really appreciate that.
Hey, and this is Susie's gonna show.
Yeah.
Tonight's show is Susie's gonna show.
And Maddie is glad to be. We're glad to be with you too.
We really are.
Hey, can you guys hear everything okay? How's the audio sound? Because sometimes it'll go, it's crazy. It'll go to that microphone on the camera, which is horrible, instead of the microphone.
Yeah.
So if you hear any kind of echo,
let Keith know, because he has OCD about anything electronics and or musical related.
Yes, I do. I do.
Recordings, mics, amps.
Yeah.
Guitars.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything.
Everything. Look at this. I wish I could see a 360 of this room.
It's messy. You wouldn't want to see.
No. I'm just saying, like, you got the boxes and
I got, all my amps and guitars are over here. I'll have to play for him sometime.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Just pick up acoustic guitar and sing Norwegian Wood or something.
Oh man, I would sing
something
with you.
Simple.
I would sing with you.
You would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, Single 7 was going to be a guest host today on the show, but I guess he's got some other stuff going on, and that's cool. But
hey, really quick before we bring on our lovely guest.
Yeah, we got
and they are lovely.
Yes, very much so. They talk like this.
Put another shrimp on the bobby.
They're from that's Australian, but they're from England. They are.
Dude, we had a huge argument.
It's not bad.
We had a huge argument going on about Peppa Pig the other day. I was like, they're Australian, and my family's like, they're British. They're British.
Peppa Pig is
totally British.
Man, I never watched it. I know a couple of the grandkids watch it. Love Peppa. Okay, so anyway, we have some technical difficulties, and it could be because we're doing this. They're in the UK. Both we have Garrett. What's better than one psychic?
Two.
Yes. So we got two on tonight. They're both friends of each other.
Man.
We have Magenta and Delta. We're going to bring them on here shortly, but I'm just going to explain to you. They are in the UK. So depending on how the internet is over there, which the US is superior, of course.
Oh,
no, I'm just teasing, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just joking. I actually had to restart my board. And
do you think that has anything to do with us talking with time travelers lately?
It could be
the government.
Maybe the government's tuning in on the show, right?
Oh yeah, guys. By the way, Single 7's a real time traveler. So
yeah.
We have some story.
I think he is.
After Magenta and Delta, we're done with this. We'll just tell them really quick a couple of things.
Yeah.
Why?
So what Magenta and Delta? Oh, we lost Delta. What Magenta and Delta is going to do are they are going to. Well, we'll have Magenta on first. She's going to tell her story. She has some really cool ghost experiences, and then towards the end of the show, we're going to do readings. What I'm going to do this time is you guys aren't going to call in. I'm going to put a link in the chat box and just click on that. That'll throw you backstage, as I call it. And then as I get to you, I'll click you on there, and then Magenta or Delta, if she comes back, can do your reading.
Welcome to another life after life experiment.
It's this is just how it goes.
It's cool.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring on the lovely Magenta. Hello, Magenta.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great.
She's probably mad that we just talk so much.
Yeah, I was falling asleep. I just
Yeah. All right, you're done. Get off my show.
No, I was listening to you talk about our accents. We've got different accents, like in America.
Yeah, we don't talk like this at all.
So you got the London, they kind of talk like that.
I tell you, the one I love, Magenta, is the guys who talk like that, the ones who have the Cockney accent.
Yeah. What you doing in my
Yeah, and that's really equal to the Brooklyn accent in New York, is what we would call Brooklyn. That's kind of the is that the tough guys, the Cockney guys who talk like this?
Yeah, you want to fight?
So I was sitting there eating my fish and chips, and this mate comes over to me. And I said, "Hey, it's in my garage." Garage is garage, by the way. Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's very handsome.
Yeah. Yes, this guy right here is very handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Magenta.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, do you want it to talk first before we bring Delta on, or do you want Delta on as well?
No, that's fine. I can go ahead. I got to tell you, I tried some American, you call it candy. God, it was awful.
Well, there's no good food that comes from England, though, right?
Just fish and chips.
No.
No, you know what? Do you know who Peter Noon is from the Herman's Hermits?
No. I need to send you some proper chocolate. What you lack in your chocolate is cocoa, and that's the main ingredient. And your chocolate would not be classed in the chocolate section in the UK because it would be illegal.
Oh my God!
It's not chocolate.
I will gladly take some of your chocolate.
Yeah, we gladly take some chocolate.
I like the fish things though. The little, what are they called?
Fish.
They're like little biscuit things. Fish.
The hush puppies, fish sticks. I don't know. Here, Pam.
Goldfish.
Oh,
goldfish.
Magenta.
Yeah, but a funny story of some of
the
my
Brits
friends
are
came
snobby,
over.
aren't they?
Some of my friends came over, and one of them said, "Oh, sherbet. I like sherbet." Grabbed the packet and downed it, like put it all in his mouth. And afterwards, we looked at the packet, and it said Kool-Aid. And I'm like, "You're supposed to put water with that." He was high as a kite all night.
All right, so Magenta, let's see if Delta can hear us. Okay, Delta, are you there? Going once. Hello?
Delta, come in.
I recognize Susie. She was on Sleuth Intuition. I did a podcast about the Delphi murders.
Oh, yeah. God, we like me and Garrett did 4 shows on that. Was it how many shows? It felt like
we had 10 hours, 12 hours.
There's 12 hours of Delphi stuff. Yeah, we can talk about that if you want to a little bit.
Susie's one of our favorites.
She's been with us from the beginning, kind of.
Yeah, thank you.
I think, and we appreciate that. Without Susie, we wouldn't have a new chair for Garrett.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she seemed lovely. She put some nice comments when I was on.
She is, and we just
appreciate that.
Okay, well, Magenta, I'm sorry, Delta, if you're listening, try to click back on, and I'll try to get you on. I'm sorry, we're having problems getting you on. I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, so let's begin at the beginning, Magenta. I mean, when did you realize you had psychic abilities?
I think when I was quite young, and then I'm like 28 now, so I kind of stopped. When you're that age, it's sort of going out to clubs and makeup and chasing boys. And then in a previous house I lived in, weird stuff kept happening, like to the extreme. So do you want me to go into that a little bit?
Absolutely. I do. Yeah.
So the house was sorry, I do apologize. Ding.
No, you're fine.
So the house was probably built in the 1960s. Normal sort of 3-bedroom upstairs, living room, kitchen downstairs. It was okay to start with, and then one night it was almost like the hairs of the back of your arms, that sensational feeling.
Yes.
And I was sat up, I was on Facebook chatting to some friends and just twirling around, the phone. And then a hand grabbed the back of my head.
Oh, God.
And I could feel it very hard, like the hands were spread open. And it grabbed the back of my head. And a male voice said, "What time do you call this?"
What?
And I
Oh, my Lord.
absolutely froze. I froze, and I couldn't breathe. Your whole life sort of flashing ahead of you. And I thought, I got an intruder in the house, but I had dogs downstairs and they didn't bark. And I always lock up and make sure I'm safe and the windows are locked. And I kind of slid down the bed a little bit, and I had a pull cord. And I pulled that, and I gingerly sort of underneath the sheet sort of turned around and poked my head out, thinking, oh my God, someone's going to kill me. And there was nothing there.
Wow.
And after sort of composing myself for what seemed like forever, but I'm sure it was only about 30 seconds, I got up and I thought, I've got nothing to protect myself upstairs in the bedroom apart from some deodorant and perfume. So I kind of grabbed that on my phone.
All you need's a lighter.
Yeah, spray him in the eye.
Yeah, and so I gingerly looked under the bed, nothing there, and into the wardrobe, and half waiting, nothing. Anyway, checked the whole house, nothing there at all. And I thought, well, that's a little bit odd, but it felt very cold, very, very cold. And then from then on, things just happened sporadically. It was sort of out of the blue. One time I was in bed, and it was the early hours of the morning, so it was light. And I woke up and I looked, I sleep on the side, and I looked out, and there was a monk. I know this is going to sound really bizarre to people, but there was a monk. The hat was down. It was like a friar tuck, thin guy, but that sort of brown outfit, so to speak. Like how the monks used to used to wear it with the little pull cord around the waist. And he's looking out the window, and I'm sort of looking at this monk on led down, and he's still looking out the window, and I'm like, I'm fully awake, and he keeps looking out the window, and I'm just transfixed. And I think, well, I'll take a picture. Where's my phone? So I sort of bent down, because my phone was charging on a table next to my bed. So I kind of bent down a little bit, leaned over, went to take a picture, and it had gone. So that was odd. Another time, a friend of mine came over, not a boyfriend, just a male mate. He was going through some problems with his girlfriend. And he came
That's
over
how
for a
it
bit
starts,
of food
right?
no, definitely not.
Sure.
No, not for me. Too weak. I like a man, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so, lovely guy. Hope he's not listening. But anyway, so we had a bit of food and chatted and whatever, and I gave him a bit of advice, i.e. leave her. She's an idiot. And he said, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I just need a wee. So off he went into the bathroom, and I was in the kitchen, just clearing up. And he came out, white as a sheet. And I said, you okay? He said, well, first of all, I thought you were playing a prank on me, that you pushed me on the toilet. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I know it wasn't you because I locked the door. I locked the bathroom door.
Ooh.
And I can see that you're the other side of the house in the kitchen. He said,
Hey,
I went in your bathroom.
Magenta, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just threw Delta up there. I'm just wondering, Delta, can you hear us now? Oh, I hear something. Hello, Delta? I can hear something like air conditioning running, or a heater.
I just don't think it's gonna work for her.
It may not. And her mic's muted, so she should be able to hear us, and we should be able to hear her. Hello, Delta, hello? Oh, and she popped on again. Let's try this one. All right, let's take this one off. Delta, can you hear us?
With her powers combined,
Hello?
I don't think it's gonna work.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Magenta. I'm just trying to get Delta on here.
That's okay. Keep me hanging. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
You know, when she said her age, of course she doesn't know who Peter Noon is from Herman's and the Hermit. That was from 1964, 65. So
Jesus.
That's
that was
fine.
way. Yeah, I
I'll
didn't
just
know.
eat bad American chocolate here. Don't mind.
Yep.
I'm joking.
But you have listener, but you've
God
heard
bless
of the
Trump.
Beatles, though, right? So
So okay, so
go ahead and with your
Keith,
story.
Keith rudely interrupted as your friend was getting pushed off of a toilet without anybody being in there.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead with your story. And I'll keep up. Delta.
So he,
I'm so
do you want me to
sorry. Go ahead.
Garrett, you be in charge. Come on, get him out the way. Let's have the good-looking one. Come on, get in front. Come on.
He has no clue.
I have no idea what Keith does over here. I
Yeah.
just sit here.
So
Yeah, I
my
think
friend came out of the toilet and said, I locked the door and I was stood there, you know, having a wee, and somebody pushed my lower back with such a jolt. And I looked around, there was nothing there. And I said, well, you know, I told you it was a bit haunted here. And a couple of my friends that have been over, they said they felt really drained. I hope they want my personality. But,
Really?
me,
yeah, you're draining me now. So
Yeah,
No.
I'm just teasing.
yeah, likewise, straight back at you.
Hey.
So, so yeah, that was a bit odd. And then another time, again, this is going to sound so far-fetched, but it was so true.
Not on this
Early
show.
hours of the morning, there was a couple in my bed, a man and a woman, and I could describe them to a T. What glasses he had, the hair. And so a next door neighbor of mine, she used to do my hair, and she knew the people that lived there before. And I described them, and I said, do you know who these are? She said, oh, you must have found a picture then of the old couple that lived in your house. And I was like, yeah, just said that, but no, I didn't. It was what I saw.
Right. So so you're telling us the first experience you ever had is when the owl, you said the owl like grabbed onto the back of your head and you heard the man's voice, right?
Not an owl, it was a man's hand.
Oh, I think you said an owl. I was like, okay, so you heard, and then you heard the man's. What was that?
Are you drinking, Garrett? Are you
Garrett's
drinking?
not listening.
No, I am, but you know, I told the story about the owl recently.
Yeah.
I have kind of a fear of owls now. So, okay, so but that was your first experience ever?
When I was young, I had a few odd things go on. But going back to that house, before I was going to leave, well, basically, because I was so scared, it's odd. I kind of felt safe and protected. So I think that there was good energies and bad. So the good ones were like, you're okay, you're living by yourself, we'll protect you, no one's going to come in. And then all of a sudden, occasionally, like a dark entity would come in. And you would know because it would go cold and you just have this fear. I remember one evening, I was half asleep and half awake, and I thought that I dreamt that I was choked with some string or something, a cord.
Oh.
And the next morning I woke up and there was actually marks around my neck. So that was probably the most frightening apart from the hand.
That's scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I used to talk to them. This sounds odd. I'm totally mentally stable. I used to be a carer, so administer medication and be in the healthcare industry. So I've got all my faculties. But I used to kind of say, look, I know it's your house, you know, I hope we can all live together, just to kind of calm things down a little bit. And I used to ask questions occasionally. My friends would come over and we'd go upstairs in my, not the male friend, by the way, in my bedroom. And I'd say, if you answer yes, make a tap on the radiator, like you're throwing a little stone at a radiator. So I used to say, you know, is there more than one spirit here? And it'd go like, ding, you know, okay.
Right.
Just asking different questions. Are you male? Are you female? One time I thought I'm going to put this theory to a test. So I got like a microphone on your phone, yeah?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sat in the living room and I said, if there's any spirits here, can you please speak? And I played it back and I could only make out a little bit. It was a woman's voice and she said, we've come here to change the times of things. And then it went muffled. We've come here to change the times of things. Now, I later found out that my house was near an old Roman fort. Because we have lots of
Interesting.
history here in America, in England. America, we got wine older than you. But anyway,
Right.
I'm only giving you a dig because you were digging us, England there, in a jokey way. So yeah, that was odd. Another time, there was a blue light that flashed really, really bright in the dining room, and I thought, well, that can't be lightning, because it was like a real weird purple color. And I went out, and a light had unscrewed itself and fell about 7 feet onto laminate flooring that was concreted underneath. And I thought, well, that should have smashed into thousands of pieces. And then my mate's boyfriend's an electrician, and I asked him to pop round and have a look, and he said that's impossible, because the light switch, it wasn't burnt out or corroded or anything. It actually unscrewed itself, and he said you would physically have to stand on a step ladder and unscrew itself. And it was a very light light, like a Christmas light, very thin glass. And he said that would have smashed into smithereens. Like, there's no way.
And this is at the
Another
same
time-
house?
Yes, all in the
Okay.
same house. And when I was selling the house, I actually knew the guy that was buying it. He used to drink at local pub. And I said, Jack, this place is haunted. And he said, oh, that's so, he's like, young lad. He's like, oh, that's okay. It don't bother me. That's fine. So I'm like, okay. And then I had something from eBay and it didn't come in time. So I said to Jack, just message me when it arrives, because I'm moving out and you're moving in. There's a couple of days crossover. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So he messaged me a few days later and said your parcel had come. So I picked it up and I said, have you had any spooky incidents? And he's like, oh yeah. He said, in the master bedroom where I saw the monk and the old people and was attacked, he said there's a black mass on the ceiling. He said, I see that a couple of times. Weird noises. He said, and also when I was in the kitchen, we called them a blue rinse brigade lady. Basically, the old people that have the roller hair and rollers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call them, blue rinse brigade. He said a woman just walked through the wall from the kitchen. He said I was in the kitchen, went straight through the wall. Weird things would happen in that house with electronics more than anything. Like, it wasn't a poltergeist. Things didn't go missing, but things would always break down. The fridge and the freezer and the boiler were the major ones. I had a couple of floods as well. So yeah, I would buy a new fridge with a 2-year guarantee, and within a couple of months I'd have to take it back. And then I got another one.
That ghost was costing you a lot of money.
I know. That's why I moved out. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it seems like spirits do communicate a lot through electronics. When I don't know if you ever watched one of my first shows, I kind of talked about my haunting. It was kind of the same thing, as we would have a radio in the living room and it would just come on by itself. And it got to where we played a game, we say turn it off, and they would turn it off, or turn it up, and they would turn it up or turn it down. But I guess it's just really a way of them trying to get your attention, and then just trying to communicate.
Yeah, it could be. Very, very odd though. I think I sent you one picture of me, and there was something behind there.
Okay.
Not the little boy in the pub.
Okay. I'll put that up right now. So
no, that's the wrong one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put this one up.
Okay, sort of out there.
I know.
So can you see someone behind that white wall?
Yeah, what are we looking at?
Yeah, what are we looking at exactly?
Right.
Okay, so it looks like I see a flash, a reflection of a flash.
Yeah, that's me with a phone.
Oh,
Right.
got it.
Oh, so you're the ghost. Okay, well there we go.
Yeah, we see
No,
it.
I'm not the
I
ghost.
see it.
No, I do see it. Yeah, it's over to the
Okay.
it's over to the, which would be the right of you, or to the
Yes.
left of us. Yeah.
Our left,
Yeah.
your right.
Wow.
Yeah, can you see? You can
Yes,
see
that's
his hand and his leg and the face. Yeah.
That's scary looking.
There's a couple, isn't there? And then there's one right at the end as well, where the white is. Can you see that? Sort of peering around the corner.
Bottom
So
corner.
there's two.
Yeah.
There's one
Yeah.
behind me. You
They're all
can see
just
the
looking around?
face. It's like a bald head.
Wow.
Nose. You can see the eyes.
Yes,
But then
yeah.
there's also another one to the but it's to my
Yeah,
left.
this
It might
here,
be to your
right here.
left or right.
Wow. How come they always have to look so scary? Why can't they look like
friendly?
Do you think they
I know.
Magenta, do you think spirits can they present themselves however they want to, you think?
Yeah, generally. Not always it's usually the bad ones that do. They kind of make out that they're sweet and innocent. Yeah.
I've
But
had
yeah,
that
that's
experience.
a picture, a few pictures there.
Yeah, you want me to put the other one up?
Yeah, this was taken when I was in a bar. You would call it a bar, a pub, we call it.
Yep.
And I was just taking a picture just randomly, and you can see a little boy sat there on the chair.
Right
Oh,
there, yeah.
is this it right here?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pointing to Garrett. I have to show Garrett because he's kind of stupid.
And I'm
So,
colorblind.
he really is colorblind.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what prompted you to take this picture? Did you
I don't-
see it?
Do you know what? Afterwards, I looked up the pub's history, and it's got a poltergeist and things. I don't know. Something just made me take a picture. I was sat down. I can't explain it. There was nothing there. There was nobody in that area, obviously, because they think I was a weirdo taking pictures of them.
Right.
But a strange woman with blonde hair taking pictures of me. But yeah, so I just flashed. I just took a picture. I don't know why. And yeah,
It's almost like you had kind of an
Intuition
to take the picture, and then you caught something.
Oh, that happens a lot. Like, I was out to lunch a while ago, and it's not a pub that I usually go in. And we had some food, and I said to the owner, the landlord, I said, "Oh, it's a very old pub," and they said yes. And I said, "Is it haunted?" Because I felt that there was something near where I was sat. And I was told, yeah, that's where the poltergeist is, above your head, sort of in that room. So I was like, oh, okay.
Whoa.
And then another time we went to look round it's an old post office dating back to the 1400s or something. And you can look round it, you pay your money and you can look round how it was years ago. And I went up these creaky little stairs, and this bedroom, I didn't like it.
Sorry.
And I said, there's something in that corner. I don't like that corner. The rest of the room was fine, but not the corner. And when we went back downstairs, I said to the lady at the desk at the front, this is going to sound really weird, but is it haunted? And she's like, oh yeah, upstairs in the corner, by the window. That I was like, oh yeah, that's where I felt it. And I was taking a video at the time. And when I replayed the video, you could clearly hear a woman's voice say, leave.
Oh wow.
So
And
it wasn't like a nasty leave, but it was stern. It's like, leave.
You got the point.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything at the time, or else I'd have gone a lot quicker.
Did you leave or did you stay?
I didn't hear her say that at all. It was only when I got back and I played back the video.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, got it.
So like an EVP.
Yeah, it was only when I played the video back before I put it on Facebook or sent it to my friend. Yeah, I was like, hang on, let's rewind this. And there was nobody else in the room, so don't know what that was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when did you start reading for people? I mean, how did it develop into that?
Yeah, probably about a year ago. I do a few readings to some of my friends. I didn't really tell them that I had the gift. Not many of my friends, because I think there's still a stigma that people think we're crazy or something. So I kind of got some angel cards, and I said, I'll do some cards for you. And the friend that I was on about that came over to my house that was pushed, he was having trouble with his girlfriend, and I kind of zoned in, and I said, she'll get married again and have a child. And he said, oh, don't be so stupid. He said, she doesn't want any more children. She hates marriage. She wouldn't marry me. And it happened as I predicted. She did get married and have a child quite quickly. And another friend said that, she wanted to meet someone nice. And I said that she'd meet someone at work. And she said, oh no, there's nobody there at work I like or anything. And lo and behold, somebody joined and they're now married. So yeah.
Hmm.
And
So,
I
I
was in
mean,
the healthcare profession before, and I decided to do readings and not, well, to help people to get them on the right track a little bit more.
so do you hear the voices? Like, how do you get the messages?
It's hard to describe. It kind of just comes out. It's sort of in my mind. It would say da da da, and then I'd say that. That's really odd. It's really hard to describe.
Yeah, for sure. See, I was actually going to ask you earlier too, because where we're from, there is a bit of a stigma, right, to this kind of things. Now it's becoming way more prevalent. We've had mediums on before, and it's always super interesting. I was wondering, because there is such a history in England, or where you're from, if there was a stigma, but you answered that question. So there still is. Like, does your family know that you do readings?
Yeah.
Are they open
do.
to it?
They're just like, because I'm doing it for the good to try and help people.
Right.
I'm not sort of making too much money. I'm not going on YouTube doing channels making money. I'm not doing it privately. I work for a company, and the company get most of the money, so I'm not really left with a lot. But I like the fact that I'm on a company, so I can log in and out whenever I want. So if I want to do 5 hours, I can. If I want to do an hour, I can.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and I get a lot of my clients that come back to me. So I feel I owe it to them to stay with that company. So I got
You should
my
freelance.
regulars. I should.
That way you can keep it all.
Yeah, I suppose I should, but financially I'm fine. And but yeah, I mean, I could do. I suppose, I don't know. Maybe it's something. Perhaps I can come on once a month, and you can give me a cut, and we'll do the psychic month with Magenta.
Magenta,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Magenta Mondays.
Yeah.
So can you turn it off and on, or is this thing with you all the time?
Yeah, definitely. If I go somewhere, I don't like it here. Then there's usually a reason, and I think a lot of people have that. I think a lot of people have got the intuition. You've probably been out somewhere where you think, I don't like it here, or you're driving down the road and you think, oh, shall I go left? I'll go left. Something's telling you to go left. You think, no, I'll carry on and I'll go right, the usual way I go to work. And then you find when you go right, there's a traffic jam. You're like, oh, I should have gone with my thoughts. I should have gone left.
Right.
So Magenta, we have a question from the audience here. Susie wants to know, does anybody else in your family have psychic gifts?
My mum did. She's passed, unfortunately, now, but she did. They used to live in an old house. It was so old that there was a little window where years ago you would pay a toll. So you'd pay some money to be able to take your wool into the market.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw a lady in a grey mist many times, like on a spinning wheel, because that's what they used to do in that particular area, was wool. And she found lots of thimbles, and the bowl of fruit used to fall on the floor every morning, and the toilet roll would be wrapped around the house. So it would, if you're taking a bit of toilet roll, if you pull it and just wrap it round the house. Now, they found out that the bowl of fruit was a mouse, and that's what was pushing the fruit off. But they never understood about the toilet roll, and they even sort of sellotaped it, and bodged it in, just so they thought, no, there's no way that anyone can. But it would always sort of be pulled around. They took the fireplace back, and it went back to a priest's hole. So it had a lot of character, and it was very interesting there. But the people that had it after my parents, I think they got a priest in to bless it. So she used to see things there, and we used to live in an old pub. My parents had a pub.
Cool.
And a couple of times, yeah, there are the spirits you want to see.
Free alcohol.
But yeah, there was a couple of things. Not too much. There was a couple of guys that said, "Oh, there was a haunting down the bottom by the pool table," but we never saw it. I just put it down to noises, the fans going on and off, beer pumps. But my mum's seen a couple of things there. So yeah, I think definitely my mum. Yeah.
So Delta, can you hear us now?
So, Magenta, you know Delta.
She's having
Yeah.
a haunting.
Yeah, she
Hi.
might be a volunteer.
Hey,
Yay.
Delta.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Hi.
Delta.
Hello, Delta. So sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, you guys are far away.
No, it's my no,
Uh-oh.
my iPhone's been playing up. I've been basically had to reset it, so
Hey,
it's
I hear
not
a ghost
connecting
of a
very well.
dog somewhere.
yeah. Can I say something that I
Yeah, that
well, maybe I'm psychic because I feel like I know something about Delta already.
What's that?
He's persistent. He kept trying,
That's right.
and I really appreciate
Never
that.
gave up. Thanks for hanging in there. So
yeah, that's okay.
So what's your story, Delta? Are you're a psychic as well?
Yeah, I've basically I've been like it all my life since a child.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how it all started for you.
Well, when I was younger, I used to we used to live in a house, and I used to see spirit walk around every night. My parents, unfortunately, weren't very accepting and understanding. So for me, it felt more, like I was terrorized every night. And it took me, a good 20, 30 years to understand everything and sort of get a grip on, obviously, spirit world,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you said your parents weren't very accepting of this. You're kind of cutting in and out just a little bit.
No,
but-
no. Yeah,
Okay.
I apologize for that.
No, that's not your
Yeah,
fault.
they weren't very accepting when I was a child. So it's kind of like I got to the stage where, it made me a nervous wreck for a while.
Is England are they a lot more conservative about psychics? And I mean, it's starting to become more open in the United States where people are starting to accept them more. And it has like Garrett was saying, there's a little bit of a stigma with it, but
Not
it's
really.
more accepting now. Is
Yeah.
it still pretty conservative in England? Like they think you're wacky or
Yeah, I think, to some degree they do think, that anything, it's like anything understood is not accepted easily. And it takes time for people to adjust. It's been around for, hundreds of years, but anything that people don't understand, it's more frightening for them. It's, something that they don't accept easily.
yeah. Yeah, my mom was the same. I had a lot of weird psychic, well, not so much psychic, but hauntings and stuff. And she'd always try to dismiss it and try to come up with an excuse. I mean, I would play her EVPs I caught, and she's like, "Oh, there's probably somebody with a walkie-talkie outside talking," you know. And yeah, she was the same way. She was a hardcore Christian, so I think it scared her a little bit. And some of my family, like my sister, she thinks it's all from the devil if you have anything like that. And she's very psychic herself, but she prays for it to go away because she doesn't know how to deal with it.
There are some really bad psychics, though.
I think that was pretty much.
Yeah. Carry on. Sorry, Delta.
No, that's okay.
There are some bad psychics around, though. Like,
Yeah.
you see some and you think, oh my gosh, you are not psychic at all. Like, con artist.
Right.
So I can understand people's position. It's good and bad. It's like anything. You can get a good mechanic and a bad mechanic.
Right.
And I just think if you're happy with one, then you build up a bit of confidence, and things that have been said are come true and things like that. Then it helps. But yeah, there are definitely some charlatans out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was actually, I don't know if you guys have watched kind of any of our shows, but I've said it a lot, quite a bit. I was quite skeptical actually when Keith came to me, and not about the show. Of course, I wanted to do the show with him, but until I had my experience at his house, with the paranormal. I would have never believed it. And even when I had my first reading, we actually did it on the air. I told Keith I was very, very nervous
Yeah.
at the time. But as we've had more, I've gotten to know more about it and become more comfortable with it. I just think it's one of the most fascinating things out there.
It is. I mean,
Most-
it's the big question: is there life after death? We all want to know that. That's and so that's the reason. One of the reasons I do this show because I find it fascinating, and I truly believe there's something on the other side. I've experienced it, and I've had lots of things happen to me psychic. I mean, well, again, I'm saying psychically, but and that's not psychically. So, do you think there's a connection between people who see ghosts? Do you feel like maybe they're a little psychic, and maybe they're the only ones that can see ghosts, or what do you think?
Do you want to get this one, Magenta? Delta, sorry, because I've spoken a lot.
It it broke out a little bit for me, and so I did take all of that in.
Okay, I'll ask it again. So, my question is: do you think there's a connection between people who do see spirits and also being psychic? Does it kind of go hand in hand, or is it two completely different things?
Um,
Does that make sense?
with the connection between obviously ourselves and the spirit world, it's more of a sense that we sort of raise our vibration up to their level, so they sort of meet halfway.
Mhm.
So it's more of a sort of we have to raise our energy in one respect, and then they basically meet us halfway.
That's a good way.
Oh, this is good. So we did a show on Ouija boards. How do you either one of you feel about Ouija boards? Do you think they're dangerous, or do you think it's a
Yeah,
good communication tool?
dangerous.
I personally would never do a Ouija board.
Yeah, unless you know what you're
For
doing.
me, it's basically you're opening a connection to absolutely anybody without any form of. It's like when we talk to spirit, we have what's known as a doorkeeper, which basically validates the spirit that comes to us first. If it's sort of not got very good intentions, then our doorkeeper will block them and push them away. Whereas when you're using a Ouija board, you're opening it for everybody. So it could be negative, it could be positive, it could be deceptive, and in a way, it's not something
Yeah, I think
to
it's very
do unless you really
yeah.
know what you're doing and you can protect yourself properly.
Do you
Yeah.
pick, do you pick your doorkeeper? How do you decide who your doorkeeper is?
Big fella.
Yeah, I want a big guy.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
How do you decide who your doorkeeper is, or does some spirit just step up and be like, you know what, there are no bad spirits coming in today? Or is that something that you've a perimeter that you've set
No,
mentally and spiritually?
usually our doorkeepers basically they come to us. They decide for themselves. Basically, it's kind of like when you start to work with spirit, they sort of choose who comes to you. The
Cool.
best way that I would explain to it, the more you do in a spiritual sense of work, you'll have one guy come in and teach you certain aspects, and then once they've taught you all they need to know, and then another one comes in. You don't always have a guide for life. It could
So
be,
it's almost like word of
for a
mouth.
season, basically.
I see it the same as Delta, but slightly different. I think that we're born with a spirit guide. Everybody's born with at least one guide that comes to you at birth. And then there you can get another spirit guide along the way, but there's always definitely one minimum. And I'm a huge believer in reincarnation. I don't know whether
me
you are,
too.
Delta.
Yes.
We haven't spoken about that, but I'm a huge. I've had dreams where I'm half asleep, half awake, and I know who I was in a past life. I know what I look like. My last one, for example, I was I've always had a thing about America. Help me up, Garrett.
Yeah.
And I've always had a thing about America. And my last past life, I was American. imagine the Waltons' Little House on the Prairie, kind of a wooden house. I did something with horses. I was sat on a horse and I was a male. I was pretty overweight, slightly tanned, almost sort of Spanish looking, Mexican looking, dark hair. In this life, I'm allergic to horses, weirdly. And I remember walking in to my house and I had 2 children. I couldn't see my wife. She was in the kitchen, but her mother was sat there. And her mother is my dad's sister in this life. And my 2 children that I saw in that life were my parents in this life. So I think we all come back in a spiritual cluster.
Did
So,
you
for
know
example,
that? Like
pardon?
in that dream, did you know that you were like that those were your family members currently?
Yeah.
Wow.
I totally said, well, that's my mum in this life, and that's my dad,
Whoa.
and that's my
Wow.
dad's sister Pauline. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I've told you, Keith, about this story, you know, the recurring dream I had when I was younger where I was having a fever and it was kind of like a little house on the prairie. I was like in a cabin and my family was sitting around me. Do you remember me telling you the story?
No.
And I've said it on like, that shows you how much this is to me.
I remember you having a story where you said you drowned.
That was later in life. Okay, earlier on, I had this reoccurring dream, Magenta and Delta, that I was almost like in a coma. I was having a really bad fever and my family was around me, like late 1800s. But everything I was thinking in real life, I was saying out loud in my dream. Right.
Oh, wow.
Which was kind of scary. But now that she says that, that's crazy that in my dream, then my family was still my family currently. So it kind of goes along. Yeah.
So it's almost like soul groups. Do you believe in soul groups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a collective.
Yeah. So do you think we on the other side we plan that's why
you take different roles. So your auntie could be your uncle in the next life, your cousin could be your gran, and your parents could be your children, your brother could be your uncle.
Yeah.
So you'll come back in soul clusters, but different.
I totally believe that's how it works. I do. Yeah, I do. I think because I mean I could come back as my wife's little brother.
Could you come back as my kid so I could have a boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
But let me ask you this. I read this and I thought it was a little interesting is like people who are murdered, like, because this book I read, Believe You Choose Your Death. And that on the other side, this soul even picked the person that was going to murder her. Like the guy said, I love you so much. I will come to the earth and I will murder you to learn whatever. I don't know what it would be.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness or something for another family member to forgive this person. Do you think it goes to that extremes as even you know you're going to be murdered and you plan that?
Do you want to answer that, Delta? Because I feel that
I look at it like
I'm talking. I want you to have the opportunity to talk, Delta.
I've been explained a little bit about this by my guides. That life is like one big stage, and we all play a different part. We all play the villain, the hero, victim. We see every aspect of life from every single angle, and that's how we learn and grow and evolve and learn how our emotions play out and things like that. It's kind of the amnesia that we go through is more so that we don't know what we're supposed to learn. We experience that lesson after the test, if that makes sense. You have the test first, then the lesson is what we need to learn and forgive us, things like that. And it's kind of, if we do wrong to someone else, then we have to see how that played out in the opposite way. So that person then has to wrong us. It's kind of like, spirits will meet in the afterlife. I did this wrong to you. So what are we going to do next time around? You're going to do it to me, and we'll go back and see if we can resolve the issue. And you understand it from my side as well as I understand it from yours.
So spiritual karma.
The spirits will come back. Yeah, so they'll come back. They'll play it out again. And if it doesn't go right that time, they'll come back and they'll go, shall we give it one more shot? They'll come back. And if they didn't learn the lesson, then they say, well, we didn't learn nothing from it. We're going to keep going round in circles on this forever and ever.
Right.
We'll just leave that where it stands. We both played the big parts, and it's kind of how that works.
Gotcha. That's it.
You know, it's trying to
So
sort of.
fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Man,
yeah.
that's taking us all the way back to our reincarnation
That answered
episode,
well.
dude.
That kind of answered my question that I always brought up about the Manson murders. You know,
Right,
like
right.
was Sharon Tate murdered so that her mother could forgive Manson, and she went to her grave not forgiving Manson or Watson for murdering. And I kept thinking, if that's the case, I mean, my God, does she have to keep reincarnating and coming down and being murdered every time until her mom, decides to forgive her? But I would now he just kind of answered that as well. Okay, this isn't working. So
yeah.
let's try something different.
Yeah. That's interesting.
That is
so
very interesting.
Hey, Delta, so you said you started kind of having your experiences young, and then later in life, you kind of found your way with your ability.
I kind of had I had a kind of wake up call from spirit. They brought someone in who I kind of lost myself on my path for quite a while, and they brought someone in to kind of remind me of who I was. And I went through what is known as a dark night of the soul, where everything sort of goes right in your world, sort of thing. And it brought me back to myself. I kind of, in a way, asked for it because I was in a position where I wasn't moving forward, I wasn't moving backwards. I just felt like I was existing. And they just brought everything literally for me to face to bring myself back to accepting myself and accepting those gifts I had as a child.
So that happened in one night? That
no, that's happened over the last. No, it happened over the last 14 years. It was kind of like what didn't serve me fell away, and I had various things I had to overcome.
Wow. So how long have you been reading?
I have been reading, I would say now for about 10 years, but I've been able to do it all my life.
Oh, that's incredible.
So what's your medium? Do you use tarot cards, or do you just get visions in your head, or spirit guide tells you things?
I can actually see them. I haven't got that ability in a sense back yet because as a child, I saw my grandfather after he passed away come up to me, and it kind of blocked my ability to see spirit temporarily because of obviously the upset of the situation at the time. But I can hear them, I can see them, and obviously I can see details, as we would say in our mind's eye. Usually at the moment, I just get it in my mind's eye. They, as Magenta was saying earlier, with electronic devices, they do electronic things as well. Mainly with music, things like that. They can present different mediums of communication. And also, they can be quite jokers when they want to be as well. They can be quite humorous.
It's nice to know they got a sense of humor on the other side.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to, because we humans, we're basically spirits. We have a sense of humor. So
Magenta, Delta, are you guys familiar with the artist Alex Gray?
No.
Are you familiar with the band Tool?
No.
Really? You guys never heard Tool? Okay, well, Alex Gray's artist.
You're a tool.
No. The reason why I say is because Alex Gray's a fantastic artist, and actually on our Instagram page, Life After Life, we the post I made for you guys is this interview we're doing tonight was actually of The Third Eye by Alex Gray. So
I would definitely subscribe from now on for sure.
Yeah, it's just interesting that you guys brought that up, and that's how you kind of described it. Magenta, is it the same for you? Because I heard you mention something about cards earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't use tarot. Again, I think it's like a Ouija board. It's quite dark unless you know what you're doing. For me, when I give clients a reading, they've only got usually 20 minutes. I want to cram in as much as I can. So if I played around with cards, it would take me quite a bit of time to set them out and all that. So I'm kind of fast, quick, to the point, boom, boom, boom. I have got angel cards, but how I do my readings is it just comes through naturally. I'm a bit different. Me and Delta have got good strengths and weaknesses. Delta's very in tune with his guides. I just see things, hear things. So mine's quite visual, I would say. Or I'll go somewhere and I just get a bad feeling or a good feeling. It's like, you can probably hear the sea. I live near the sea, and the other day I was on a beach and I was like, loads of shipwrecks here. And looked in the history, and yeah, there was, it's known for shipwrecking.
Wow.
And people get buried in the sand and things, because that's what you did, pirates years ago. But I think, yeah, we both got different strengths, haven't we, Delta? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I
Like, if
don't
I
feel
want
it's
protection,
also
I'll go
much
to
different
Delta.
strength because
Yeah, we definitely have different strengths.
the
For
way
sure.
I look at it, I think every person has the ability to basically do what we do. It's
Yeah.
it's not exclusive to just one person or the odd individual or a certain segment of society. It's available for everybody. It's more so the way that people's mindsets are. When your mind is open to everything, you've got a very open mind, then you're easier to connect with spirit because you don't look on it as a possibility. You can't, if you can say what I mean. That's why children at a younger age can see spirit more than adults, because they have that, childlike
Clarity.
wisdom and wonder
Mhm.
and that innocence to sort of believe in themselves and believe that there's more to life than just life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So you
sometimes
guys,
there's like urges, isn't there? I remember a few months ago, I saw a woman just looking out to sea, and I was told to tell her that her brother's fine. And I thought, I can't. This woman doesn't know me. I was surfing on the beach, come up the steps, and I'm like, oh, I can't. And someone just pushed me. It's like, you must say. So I just went up to her. I thought, do you know what? Sod it. And I said, look, maybe you don't think I'm crazy, but I've got a message from me. I'm psychic, and your brother's telling me to say that he's fine. And she said, oh my God, I'm that's why I'm here. My brother passed away a couple of weeks ago, and
Oh my gosh.
and I'm just here, just relaxing, just looking out to sea, gathering my thoughts, clearing the air. I said, and he did stuff with mechanics, didn't he? Because I'm getting cars. And she's like, yeah, he was actually a mechanic. She's like, oh my God, can you give me a proper reading? I'll pay you. And I was like, no, I don't want to get paid. I don't want to get paid. I just wanted to chill, really, get out of my way.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
so I did a free reading, there, and we lost our cat a while ago, and I pictured it was going to be on rocks, and a phone call came in. This guy's like, yeah, I've got your cat. She's on a rock. So that was good. And people that put out kind messages locally about, I hope you find your cat, and that, I said I give them free readings, which I did do via Facebook.
Cool.
that is cool.
So I don't always do it for money. But yeah, I mean, it's odd how it works. I don't sort of tune in and out. It just, like sometimes when you're in your thoughts, you could be at the shop thinking, oh, I need to pick up some beer, get some crisps, let's go and do that. It's kind of like that. It just comes in naturally, and I just get these, and then I talk, and it just comes out.
Right.
Okay, you guys ready to do a reading or two?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'm going to bring up our
Sure.
first. This is Lipsha. She is one of our folks. Hello, Lipsha. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well,
Yes.
I will quit talking and let you, Magenta or Delta, whoever wants to do the reading is fine.
Well, should we both chip in, Delta?
Mine's breaking up a little bit at the moment, so I'll let you start, and hopefully, if it clears up, I'll join in.
Okay. There's something weird coming through yours, Delta. I'm going to mute you for just a minute here. Okay, you two. Lipsha, go ahead. Or Magenta, go ahead, I mean.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, is there anything you'd like me to look into?
I don't really have a specific question. I'm curious about just what's generally coming up in the next 6 months to a year, maybe.
Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up is definitely change. So I don't know whether you're going to change, decorate, or you're going to change where you live or change your car. Are you working at the moment?
Yes.
So it could be a change around that. I'm definitely getting change. Also, do you get a little bit of insomnia, depression, and anxiety?
Yes.
Okay, because that's coming in to me straight away. And we will talk about changes as well, but how I work is I just get what I'm given and I say it straight away.
Right.
Okay. I feel that you've always suffered with the anxiety a lot. I think you had it as a child, then it sort of went away and it sort of come back. I
Yes.
think you're a bit of a worrier. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I think
Overthinker.
you overanalyze things, and
Yes.
that's part of your insomnia because subconsciously you're thinking about things. You're a born worrier, and it affects you what people think about you. I think you're like a sponge. You absorb people's emotions, you know, and it really upsets you.
Yes.
And I would say that you're very restless in bed. You'll get up and have a wee, come back, you know, tossing and turning a little bit. Do you get your lower legs getting a bit hot? Because I see you kind of hooking them out of the
Yes.
bed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
From your knees downwards, they get hot.
Sometimes, yes.
And you have to kind of put them over the bedclothes.
Yes.
I know this sounds a bit random, but it's just me getting the connection with you. Because I want to prove people that, you know, me and Delta are good psychics. If I said, do you like holidays? Everyone that rings up would go, yeah,
Everyone
I
loves
like
the
holidays.
holidays,
Yeah.
of course. Yes, yes.
You know
Do you
what I
like
mean?
money?
Yeah. Do you like money? Do you like holidays? Are you thinking of flying? That's not a psychic.
Right.
That's a commenter's. So the fact that I'm picking up your legs get hot, you got anxiety, depression, and insomnia are personal to you, you know?
Yes.
Now, I think you're a little bit intuitive yourself, aren't you?
I would say that's true, yes.
Can you remember when you were very, very young? You did.
Yes.
It's almost like, this is what I'm getting so far, okay? I'm getting three things. So please tell me if I'm wrong. Don't sort of agree with everything, you know. If I'm wrong, tell me and I can steer it. One of the things I see that you didn't like the hallway to go from the landing to the bathroom, like on that hallway from the bedroom to the bathroom.
Maybe, yeah, there may have been some of that.
And also, I feel that something around your bed, either somebody sat or you felt someone sit on your bed or somebody grabbed your feet. Because I see you sleeping in a bit of a fetal position with your knees up to your chest a little bit. You were very young.
Yes, there was. It's funny that you mentioned that because I'm being absolutely honest, y'all. I am not.
Yeah.
I am not a paid actor. I was actually thinking about this earlier this evening for some reason. But when I was young, about 4, I had a recurring nightmare. It was a nightmare to me. And I was terrified to go in the closet because the clothes would come out at night and quote unquote hold hands, hold cuffs, and dance around my bed in a circle.
Whoa.
God.
Yeah. It really freaked me out, and I would not go in the
scary.
closet for
Honestly,
anything.
that kind of just freaks me out, and I'm 36 years old.
If I slept in the fetal position, if I kept myself curled up really tight under the covers, they couldn't get me.
Right,
You know?
because I see you in a
That
bit of
kind of
feet.
thing.
I thought someone was like touching your feet or something, and that's why I see you in a bit of a fetal position. Okay, and you saw something in a mirror or a window, didn't you? When you looked again and it had gone, you were outside playing.
I don't have a distinct memory of that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I lived in a very haunted area, so.
To me, I see you looking up, so it would be upstairs window to the left if you're looking straight at it. To the left side, there was a figure, and you sort of looked.
I don't have any memory of it.
Who had the accident with Walter?
Walter. I don't know any Walters.
No, Walter. W-A-T-E.
Oh, water. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's
water.
my accent. It's my
Oh
accent.
no. Water.
Water. I should say that. Water.
I can't think of anyone.
Nobody who got scolded or
I hope
burned?
it's not. I definitely suffered a burn, yes.
Was that to
But
do?
that was not when I was young.
No, sorry, I should have explained myself. Not when you were young, but I see someone having an accident with water, like scalding hot water.
Oh God.
Oh wow. No.
Was that your gran on your dad's side that had the mark on the arm?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. I didn't know her well, so I wouldn't know.
I feel that you've been through lots of ups and downs emotionally and financially over the past few years. And security is your major goal in life. I would say that you know, sometimes people listen to soothing music or meditation. I don't think that would work for you. It doesn't work for me either. I think to get you to sleep, you're better off listening to something that's a bit edgy, maybe, and it sounds weird before you go to bed, but something like a murder mystery, who done it, because your mind will be so busy trying to think who done it and listening to it that you'll fall asleep.
Right.
Who's the gentleman that passed that smoked quite a lot and he's chewing tobacco and spitting?
He did not chew tobacco.
Did he smoke then?
Yes.
And who would this be to you?
It's my late husband, most likely.
And why am I getting a farm?
A farm. That's interesting. I don't know.
Did he grow up on a farm, or did his parents or your family?
His mother did.
Okay. And who has the initial J?
Oh my goodness. I think I know who that is.
Who would that be to you?
A friend.
Who passed away very unexpectedly, like it wasn't expected at that time at all?
That would be my husband.
Okay, that would make sense, because to me it just was not expected.
No.
Now, why am I getting like an oil industry or someone with a hard hat that did building, or it's very manual with their hands?
Oh, there's someone that leaps to mind when you say that.
And who would that be to you?
I don't know that person well, but there is someone that leaps to mind when you say that.
Okay. This happens quite a bit. I get different people sort of popping in and different things. So I do apologize. I go forwards and backs, but hopefully that you will
No, it's fine. It's fine.
be able to relate to them. Sometimes it happens. And now, who's got the initial M?
I do. I mean, my actual name begins with M, and there's also someone else who's crossed over that begins with M.
And did they have like they didn't pass quickly, like it was an illness?
No, not the person I'm thinking of.
Right. What, they didn't? They had an illness?
No.
Well, who's got the confusion then? So I feel that they've had a stroke or dementia or something.
There was someone who suffered with cancer with an M, but that was quite a long time ago.
Right, so they didn't, like I was saying, they didn't pass away quickly. It was an illness.
No, they did not. No, they did not.
Right, so that's right. Okay, so I was right there. So to me, it wasn't like, boom, you're there, then you're gone.
Right.
Now, I don't know if Delta wants to come in, or do you want me to carry on? Delta?
Hang on, I'll take Delta off here. Put him back on.
Yeah.
Okay, Delta's on.
Yeah. I'm picking up a little child. If you can take that.
Wow.
Must be about 5 or 6.
Huh. Can't imagine who that could
Hello?
be. I mean, would that be a living child?
Sorry, it was breaking up a bit then. She just wants to say hello. It's like you've got someone around you that sort of, is kind of missing her.
Oh. Well, hello, sweetie.
All right. We have to move on because we got two or three other people here.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much,
Just very
guys.
quickly, I feel that there's going to be change, but it's going to be positive within the next 4 to 5 months. So are you thinking of moving, decorating, or changing your job?
Yes.
All three or just one?
Moving mostly and just getting back into dating and socializing and all that. So yeah.
That will happen. Take your time. Go careful, do a little bit of internet dating. As long as you meet in a safe place and you tell your family where you are, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm very pro internet dating. I think it's a good thing. It's a good tool. You're doing okay. As I said, you've had so many ups and downs, but you've got stronger. You've pulled through it. You're stronger than you think. You're very beautiful inside and out. There's quite a few animals around you in spirit that are saying thank you. And I would stress to anybody that's listening or not, always be kind to animals. Don't shoot and kill them for nothing. If you want to kill a deer, do it to eat, not for the fun of it, because bad things happen to people that abuse animals. Maybe not next week, maybe not the week after. And I'm not saying that you do abuse animals, you're kind to animals, but just for all your listeners, it will bite you on the ass. Trust me.
Yes.
Thank you, Lipshaw.
I see
thanks,
you dating
Lipshaw.
within 8 months, you'll have a relationship.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, matchmaker.
Sweet. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Lipsha, good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Sorry,
Okay.
Delta. I butted in then.
We're bringing
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm very pro internet dating.
Savannah, can you turn your volume down?
It's okay. It's kind of difficult to sort of carry on with that conversation with the child. I think it's breaking out in and out. I'm sort of catching things at the moment.
Okay, Savannah, go ahead and you need to mute, either use earbuds.
I'm still here. It's just
yeah.
Oh, no.
Let me go back to
Delta thinks you're talking to him.
Oh no, Delta. I'm sorry. I'm talking to Savannah.
We got somebody backstage waiting.
All right, Savannah, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine, hon. That's fine.
Jeez, Savannah.
You're messing the show up. No, just teasing. Okay.
What's up, girl?
It sounds like there's a wrestling
Hi.
match going on in the background.
No, actually, my mom is watching a screen on her TV, and I'm with her in her room with her.
Okay. Okay. Good Lord, what is going on?
Woo! Sounds like a party at Savannah's.
My dog.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, let's get the dog out of the room, Savannah. Can we do that?
Well, he ran out, pushed me out of the way, so.
Okay. All right. Well, Magenta or Delta,
alrighty.
you go right ahead if you can. Okay. Magenta or Delta? For
Delta,
Savannah.
do you want to take this one?
Magenta, could you take this because it's kind of still breaking in and out.
Delta's having some
Hello,
technical
Savannah.
Hello, Savannah, she says.
Hi.
You're a little bit skeptical, aren't you, Savannah?
What?
She said you're a little bit skeptical. That means you question this whole psychic thing.
Have you got a question for me,
Do you have
Savannah,
a question, Savannah?
or anything?
Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Nah, I turned you on, Pam.
I think it's more, does her mother have a question?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So it's Mel. Mel has a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
1 second, Magenta.
yeah. Hold
And
on.
I think Delta's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're okay.
No, the only question I have is my great grandpa, he put a letter in the house and no one could find it. Do you know what the letter says?
Savannah, say that again because your mic looks like it's muted, Savannah. Can you unmute your mic? Hello? All right, let's go to Leah and we'll come back. Savannah, we'll come back to you, hon. Okay. So let's go to Leah. Hello, Leah. You there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing good.
Thank you for being patient.
Yeah, thanks for being patient. And Delta or Magenta, whichever would like to take this one. This is Miss Leah.
Do you want to start, Delta? Because I feel I've been talking so much. I feel a bit bad. No, it's Leah. It's me and you. Hi.
Yep, here we go.
Hi.
I don't know where Delta is. Delta, come in. Ground control to Major Tom.
Control. There you go.
Delta.
Right,
Delta, come in. Delta,
Leah.
come in.
Right.
Oh, I can hear now.
Are you there, Delta?
It's quite difficult.
Right.
Yeah, I'm here, but it's breaking in and out. So it's really, I'm catching bits and pieces at the moment, which is
hard for him.
Yeah, it's hard for you to get especially for a psychic.
Yeah.
Can't get the staff these days. Sorry, what's your question, my angel?
You know what? That's my last name. Is that why you said that?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually don't. Or is there any just whatever message for me? Is that too broad?
Pretty much.
Okay. What is the
A bit
direction
broad,
my career
but
is going to go?
I can pick up what I can.
Okay. And if you need a direction, how about career?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that again, like the last lady. I think you're changing, aren't you? Or you want to change?
Not at all. Grow, yes. Change. I mean,
Okay.
growth is change, but not change where I'm at.
No, but change maybe and go higher up in your career and things like that.
Absolutely.
Because it's almost like you're a little bit stuck at the moment. You've got so much potential, and you should and you could do a lot better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, potential, yes. I think that I've done a ton of growing, and I'm a little bit frustrated with a little bit of a glitch that's happening. It's not a stop sign, it's just a yellow light, I think.
I think you're very methodical, you know. I think you're quite a perfectionist.
You're right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a good thing. But I feel that, how can I put this? I think that there's a lot of jealousy around you because you're very good.
No.
Yeah, there is definitely. I feel you don't bat in your corner too much. You need to tell them what you want, how you see your future going, because I think you've got to be a little bit more pushy then.
Oh, that is exactly one of the two options. Okay.
Yeah, I feel you need to be a little bit more pushy. Know your worth.
Well, okay.
And also I would say, because you work so hard, you know, you don't have much time for yourself. And I feel that it's almost like the balance is out. You're either thinking about work or working, and it's like the Groundhog Day: eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work. You know, does that make sense?
Yep, for every single one of us, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, you know, that's what I'm picking up straight away with you. So you need to try and balance that out a little bit. but I definitely think you need to speak to somebody higher up and maybe just say, look, can I have a few minutes of your time? I just want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's
and
happening
this is
tomorrow.
this is what I want. This is what I would like. You can say it in a nice way. And I think that if things don't go in your direction, then you look for something else with that job title that you want.
Or I create it.
You're very intelligent, but you're also nurturing. What job do you do?
I teach aesthetics.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, to have that conversation, let them know.
I don't know if you heard me a moment ago. That's actually happening tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good. I picked that up then.
Man, go dominate.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. It's been exciting so far. There's no way that that's about to stop, but lily pads is what I call it, and we're just gonna see which one it's gonna be.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you for calling
Speak
in,
your
Leah.
truth. Be very honest and open. Go in with a nice disposition, as you will, but also tell them your worth. Say, I've been working here so hard. As you know, I've put in so much time and effort. I really want to progress. Lick up to them a little bit. I see you as a mentor. You're a great person. I was wondering if possibly, Go in with that approach, and it will work wonders because they like their ego stroked. Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much. That was great.
And good luck tomorrow. You'll be fine.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. And I said it in chat before. I don't know why there's not a couple of zeros behind the number of people in here. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
I can't even believe that it's possible for me to get on the phone with you. If I could see my phone right now, I'd be starstruck. I don't know why.
Well, thank you very much. It just everybody hit the like button. That helps the algorithm to get it. We just Leisha, I don't know, or Leah, I'm sorry. We can't get in the search. That's the problem.
I love this.
But I mean, I still love the show.
Leah, I'm glad that you got to call. And hey, dominate tomorrow. Super excited for you.
So Magenta, do you see anything for our future in this show, or do we just need to hang it up?
Yeah, well, I don't know, with that accent, that terrible English accent.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Thank you, Leah.
Bye, Leah.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Leah. She was actually talking about how good I am. Wonderful. That's where she moved. I'm joking.
She was like, Magenta's the best. Actually, Charles, I was like, I want to hear Magenta.
No, I'm only joking. It's my my British humor. Yeah, promote it more. Get it out on Facebook and stuff. And if people like these and want to ring in, I'm happy to pop in and help you guys out.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've watched.
And hopefully I can as well.
There you are, Delta.
Yeah, Delta, absolutely. Yeah, definitely gonna have to have you guys back.
Delta,
people like psychics. A lot of YouTubers are really popular when they do psychic things. So I think that would help push you a little bit.
Well, for us, we just love it so much, and especially these kind of shows. I don't know if you are even watching this right now, but I would just kind of kick back listening because I just find it so fascinating, honestly. And I'm so appreciative that you guys come on and are willing to do it. Delta, are you hearing us okay now?
It's still breaking in and out. So hopefully, if I can join you guys again sometime in the future, and hopefully, contribute a bit more.
Absolutely. I did have one question. While you're having this conversation, even with Keith and I, in our group that's obviously in watching, do things pop into your head while you're talking to either one of us?
Keith, your mother's around and she liked to cook.
Yeah, I mean constantly.
I'm sorry, my mother. What?
Is your mother's passed?
No.
Is it your gran then that liked to cook?
My grandma, yeah, she did like to cook.
Because I'm just getting bacon.
Well, who doesn't like bacon?
I don't. I don't like bacon.
You don't like bacon?
No.
So weird.
No. I'm not.
I'm getting the image from her that you kind of used to pinch the food.
You cut out. I'm sorry,
I wanted to hear
Delta.
this so bad.
Well,
I get from her that you kind of used to sneak and try to pinch the food. So kind of while you're cooking.
You mean I tried not to finish her food?
Andy.
Is that what you're saying?
Andy.
Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, it cut in and out then. Again.
No, I was saying you were. Say what you said again. I'm sorry about the food.
As a child, when you sort of you sneakily try to sort of taste a bit or take a bit, if that makes sense.
Oh, I do that now.
Whose brother or friend died in a motorcycle accident or a car crash?
I had a friend that died in a car crash. I've had a couple.
And a cousin.
And a cousin. I had a cousin that died in a car crash.
And was one about sort of 24, 25?
No. 17 years old.
Did they look older though?
Well, he had a mustache.
Okay. So I was just getting somebody that died in like a car accident or a motorbike or.
Yeah, I don't think I've had any motorbike accidents, but I've had 2 friends pass away, or a cousin that passed away in a car crash, and a good friend as well.
Who was under the influence a bit?
That was probably my friend.
Okay.
Can you ask him if he plays practical jokes on me through my life?
Did you have a nickname for him, or he had a nickname for you?
God, it's been so long. I don't remember if we did. I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm getting like a nickname or a shortened name.
Well, do you want me to say what his name was?
Okay.
It was Ron.
So was he like Bubba or something like that?
No. I've got 2 friends that I call Bubba. But they're alive. Hopefully, they're not going to die in a car crash soon.
No. Okay, so I was getting like a nickname, something like a nickname. What were you getting, Delta? The same?
Delta, are you there?
I think Delta's having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. It's kind of like still cutting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just asking, were you getting the same kind of reading that she was getting, or vision?
Andy.
I am getting bits, but it's difficult sort of like saying it because obviously they're breaking up.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, I thought of another person I knew that died in a car wreck, but he was probably 14. Yeah, I knew a lot of people that died in car wrecks, unfortunately. Do they have a message or anything, Magenta, or are they just stopping to say hello?
Yeah, just popping in, basically.
Okay. If I say the name Ron, does that mean anything?
Or was it like Ronnie?
Ronnie? Yeah, I called him Ron, but some people call him Ronnie.
Well, I'm getting more like Ronnie. You like to drink?
Do I like to drink?
No, he liked to drink.
I think he was drunk when he passed away.
Right. So I was just getting the smell of like beer or something.
Yeah. They said they found a whole bunch of open containers in his car when they found the wreckage.
I think with this gentleman, he was going through quite a lot in his personal life.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's the image I'm kind of getting.
Yeah, he was very, very highly intelligent. He could have been a scientist, a doctor, whatever he wanted to be.
Right. Yeah, to me, he just,
for some reason I've been shown.
Sorry, carry on, Delta.
No, I've been shown heartbreak. If you can take that.
I'm sorry.
I'm being shown
You said
heartbreak. If you
heartbreaking?
can take that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I still, every once in a while, I talk to his mom now and then. And yeah, it was a horribly heartbreaking thing. And then someone died in the crash, not with him, but one of the people he hit.
Oh God.
So is this the one you think that I'm talking about?
Yeah, to me, his energy is like on the surface, he acted different than what he was really feeling.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of pent up depression there and things.
I would agree.
So anyone would think he's like fun and good, but really it's like two flips of the coin. That wasn't really him. I think he was, in his mind, he was quite dark quite a lot. He couldn't express his feelings.
Yeah.
And it
Go ahead.
it wouldn't surprise me if he had a bit of autism as well.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he had a stepfather. And they hated each other, and he had a pretty rough home life, but he was fun to be around, but I did see that sadness within him though.
Mm-hmm.
So just tell him I miss him and love him, and thanks for popping in.
He can hear you say that.
Okay, well, I love you, Ron. I hope has he passed? I mean, I'm not passed, but has he crossed over?
Yeah, he's a lot happier and healthier in himself, you know.
Very good.
He was in quite a lot of dark places all the time, and his way to escape was drinking and being a bit reckless and a bit stupid at times. I would, you know, what he needed was sort of counselling and antidepressant tablets. And I think if he said hindsight's a beautiful thing. I think if he went along that side, I think things would have been different. I don't want to give too much, but when you touched on home life, I think there was it wasn't great sexually and abuse as well. I think mother turned a blind eye. Somebody in the family did something touchy to him, and it kind of if he was alive, I'd say do some Reiki, do some counseling, and get some antidepressants. But it's almost, he was like a big guy. I don't need that. I don't need counseling. I'm fine, you know, kind of brushed it under the carpet to try and be the big strong man.
Yeah,
but
he was very intellectual, so I think he would think, well, I can handle this. I'm
Yeah.
smart enough to
Yeah.
take care of this myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome that you stopped by. Hey, we got well, we did. She disappeared again. Do you got anything for Garrett over here? Any?
Do you want to start out? I feel like I've taken over this show a bit.
I'm really struggling to have any comprehension of the conversation.
Nope. There's Savannah. Let's try adding Savannah here. Okay, Savannah, is it quiet now?
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Okay, so go right ahead. That's
Magenta, meet Savannah. Savannah, meet Magenta.
yeah.
Hi, Savannah.
Hello.
Savannah, you have a question about I think as you said, your grandfather passed away and left a letter.
Great-grandpa. Yeah, my mom wanted to know this question. So my great grandpa passed away, and they wanted to know how. Also, there was a note that he left, but they couldn't find it. So they want to know what the note says.
I wouldn't know what the note says.
How would they know where the note is if you left a note? I mean,
I can't see it.
I don't know. All they said is that he left a note, but they couldn't find it because he hid it in somewhere in his house, like that.
Okay.
I don't know whether that's hearsay. I could be wrong, but I'm not. Unless it was thrown out, I'm not seeing a note. To me, is it your grandfather? Did you say?
Great
grandfather.
Was it mysterious circumstances?
Savannah, your mic's muted. Unmute. There you go. Okay, Savannah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't really know I don't really know how he died. They never really told me how he died. my family usually says that his wife killed him.
Right. I said at the beginning, mysterious circumstances.
Yep, that'd be mysterious. So, Magenta, do you see it as a murder?
I don't want to get lawsuited on here. I think there was the thing. Yeah.
You're protected.
I think, yeah, I think somebody else came into play. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, Delta just disappeared.
Yeah.
Savannah, is that all you have, hon?
Not really. Thanks anyway. I'm so sorry about before.
No, that's fine.
You're fine, girl.
That's fine. All right. So that's all you got, Savannah?
Oh, well, yeah. Bye.
Bye,
Okay,
Savannah.
bye. Talk to you
She
later.
didn't seem like a happy customer. I couldn't really go into it much, for legalities and things.
She's
but
young, yeah.
Sure.
I did say mysterious circumstances, and it seems to be true,
Absolutely.
Gotcha. So, do you see anything for Garrett over here?
Is there anything radiating around me?
Who had the miscarriage?
My wife.
Okay. Have you had any children since then?
Mm-hmm. We had 2.
Why I'm saying that is that, sorry, I should be more specific. Did you have a child after the miscarried child?
Yes, 2.
Right.
2 of them. Yeah.
Okay. The first child you had after the miscarriage is the child that your wife miscarried.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow. I always wondered that.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm not gonna survive. I'm not ready at the moment. So it's nothing that your wife did. And it's like I'm gonna come back again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting.
And I feel that that child after your miscarriage, your eldest, is slightly psychic, or slightly psychic. Got quite a vivid imagination.
Yes.
Quite an old soul.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably listening right now, actually.
Yep.
Almost intelligent beyond her years. Wise.
Yeah, it's actually random that you said you were referring to her as a female too, because I didn't tell you if it was a boy or a girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Now, I said about Garrett, is your wife or you a family member that had a farm?
Yeah, my dad's side of the family.
Because I'm getting a gentleman that's passed over that did a lot. I call it manual with the hands, and I'm getting a farm.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Now, did he have a heart attack?
I'm not sure. That would be one of my great grandpas.
Okay, like arrhythmia. Very proud man, quite
Definitely.
quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give a lot away. Very intelligent, but very quiet. Not too loving, kissy cuddly kind of,
Right, for sure.
That's the energy I'm picking up with him. Almost that you felt like he was annoyed you were the old kids, running around. You almost sort of felt a little bit nervous. And who's the lady that had all the china everywhere? China plates, china little ornaments.
That be your mom, Pam?
Probably.
Yeah, my wife's over here. She's producing the show, so her mom, my mother-in-law, has china, little decorative plates and things like that.
And did Pam used to play shops? Because I see like a pantry next to a back door, and like the old-fashioned scales and a wicker basket.
Oh yeah.
Where you play like shops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense, Pam?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Sorry, I'm supposed to be doing a Garrett, aren't I?
Oh,
No, that's fine.
No, we're
Sometimes
open.
things come in.
No, it's just open.
No, it's all good. You can't help the spirits just jumping in there.
Yeah, dude, spirits just being aggressive.
Sometimes that happens, especially with 3 of you there, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just getting messages.
I have a feeling I would be a pretty aggressive spirit.
Yeah, I think
I would butt in, take over.
Take a number.
Again, I know I said about this lady, but I don't know why it's come up again. Who had the boat? Something about a bit of an accident with water, like a boat.
Nobody that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who had a boat accident.
I'm not saying that died, but it doesn't have to be like a big yacht. It's something that perhaps went on holiday and there was something with a boat.
I'm not. No, I can't remember anything. What about you, Garrett?
We live in Oklahoma. We don't get on boats very often.
Hey, we have more miles of shoreline than any other state.
That's
we
right.
do.
We do have a lot.
We do. And there could have been. I just don't know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here.
Which one of you thought you put keys somewhere and then they were missing?
That's me and Keith every day.
That's me every day.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't find my keys to come over here tonight.
Okay. No, it's more like it happens quite often. It's like
Yeah,
it's me.
supposed to.
You're like, I know that I put them there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have that happen all the time where I know I put them somewhere and then they're just not there.
That happened to you all the time.
Yeah. So who's doing that?
Is that Ron?
And that would sound like something he would do.
It's not anything negative. Yeah, it's like some little joker, you know.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that some people want their great uncle come through. They've passed. They're reborn. Remember I said about reincarnation.
Yes.
So how I see it, and I could be totally wrong, and Delta might agree or have a different philosophy. You know, like Spain, you can't see it, but it's over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the spirit world. We can't see it, but it's there. And when you pass over, you're healthy, you're happy. You can pick wherever you want to live. You've not got to work. If you want food, you just imagine it and it's there. If you want to be watching a football, you call it soccer. It's called football. We invented it.
Yep,
Football,
Yeah.
football match. You can go there, and then after a while, other family members and things come over, and it's like, right, I'm gonna go down first. I'll be the grandfather in this life, and you'll be the grandmother. Now, when it comes to relationships, sometimes we do change a little bit. So your wife in this life might be a girlfriend in the next, and you're not meant to be with each other, or it could be a cousin in a different sort of relationship way. And sometimes, you know, it's back being husband and wife, or perhaps you're the female and he's the male. If you've had bad relationships, if you're married to somebody who's an abuser, then you won't be back with them. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You might be horrible to them in the next life for a bit before you get rid of them and meet somebody else. But then you come down and you reincarnate. And some people that don't want to pass over, or, you know, that happens sometimes. They don't want to pass over. They're scared. Perhaps they, you know, and that's when you get the ghosts. But also with ghosts and spirits, you do get imprints. It's like a video that's played time and time again. So it's not actually a spirit. It's the energy of the spirit, how they were.
Yeah. Residual kind of spirits.
Yeah. So you kind of get a mixture.
It's funny you say soccer because Garrett played soccer for West Point, and he also has a soccer coaching business.
Yeah.
She didn't say soccer. She said
She
football.
said football.
Oh, well, soccer, football.
It's
Tomato.
called football. You call it soccer, don't you?
Tomato.
Yeah.
It's called football. We invented it. Called football.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's true. Well, Magenta, we're running out of time. We want to thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
And
You're welcome.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Delta, thank you for coming on.
So how do we get them back?
Hopefully, you know.
I think what Delta was trying to say is hopefully next time yeah,
he'll be able to communicate better.
Are you in touch with
Yeah,
them?
hopefully. Yeah,
we'll have to have both of you guys on
Okay.
again. I guess maybe we should do it separate though next time.
We'll sort it out. But you're able to contact them, right?
Yeah, I can get hold of
good,
both of them.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Would you guys like to come back on the show?
Yeah, sure. Get some more clients ringing in, and we
yeah,
can
be lovely.
give more readings.
Yeah. Do you guys want to give a shout out on your where they can contact you if they want a reading?
No, I don't do it privately, really. I just go through my work at the moment. So no, but I'll come on and do some free ones. So with Delta, I'm sure.
Okay, Delta, do you
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
website or anything?
I do, but you know, I'll say that on the next time I come on, because obviously
Okay,
being that it's breaking up a bit.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, Delta, we'll have to have you back on, and Magenta as well. So I got to ask you, Magenta, do you surf?
Yeah.
Is that a picture of you surfing?
Yeah.
Man,
Surf's up, dude.
surf's up.
Hey,
Wow.
have you watched 100-Foot Wave on HBO Max?
No.
Do you have HBO Max?
I'll have a look.
Dude,
They don't have TV in Britain.
Magenta, if you haven't seen 100-Foot Wave on HBO Max, I need you to do that tonight, okay?
I will. I've watched them in Hawaii and things like that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
100-Foot Wave, HBO Max.
That would scare me. I turned pro when I was about 14, but I think that would be too
Wow.
much for me. Yeah, for sure.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could stand up on a board.
I don't think I could either.
Not now.
Yeah, not now. Maybe my
I
20,
could-
maybe my
Maybe at
20s.
14.
I just
but
got
not
to the
now.
ocean and
Yeah.
just float around.
I used to skateboard. Does that count?
Your wife sounds lovely. Hi, Pam.
Hi.
She is. Pamela's
She
awesome,
is.
dude.
She's a wonderful wife. I love her very much.
Apparently, I'm the voice of reason.
You are.
Yeah.
A lot of
That's
times.
why people call her on the show. When me and Garrett get with crazy conspiracies, she
Can't
brings us
help
back
it.
to earth.
And perhaps
It-
next time we can go into some murders, That
Yeah.
sounds lovely.
Yeah,
but,
we need-
maybe
Absolutely.
our take on what happened and when and where.
I'm curious about this whole Summer Wells thing. Have you been following that?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, check into Summer Wells.
Dr. Phil did a two episode little special.
Yeah,
this last week.
it's a little girl, 5 years old. She just disappeared from her house. The parents
Tennessee.
have a story that just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But
Mhm.
there's just
Oh,
there's just no evidence.
They represent the absolute best of America.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
have you ever heard the term? I don't want to. Never mind. I'm not going to say it on there.
We'll have you back
Yeah,
on.
we'll have
for
you back
crime.
on.
Hey, we can talk murders all night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then plus we'll probably get 10,000 viewers at that point if we do it. Our true crime
Well, I'd
stuff does
rather
well.
not know about the murder cases. That way, my mind's not going to what I heard, if
Perfect.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Boy, do I have a couple for you.
yeah. The Summer Wells case, and of course, she's Delphi. You've done before, I think you said on a Web Sleuths. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting case right there.
Sleuth Intuition.
Sleuth Intuition. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds great. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for being
much.
on. It's been fun. Lots
It's
of fun.
been a pleasure.
Right. Thank you for staying up late for us.
Yeah,
enjoy
thank
your,
you.
Enjoy your
That's
biscuits.
all right.
Lovely
My
to talk to
husband-
you.
So don't worry about it.
All right.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Wow. Great show.
That was fun.
That was really fun.
That was. I love. It's always fun having psychics on,
Yeah.
and she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Spunky.
Yeah,
Just like to throw
I
little jabs in there.
always wondered, like I said, I had that friend who passed away when
Right.
I was 15, 16. I think he was 15 when he passed away, and I just moved from Ponca City to Moore.
hmm
And then I think maybe within about 4 months after I moved, he had gotten that car
God
wreck, and
bless.
he was. I guess they said they found a bunch of beer
Right. Yeah.
cans and whatnot, which was horrible. And like I said, the guy was brilliant. He could have been anything you wanted, doctor, scientist. He's just super smart.
Yeah.
But just
Man, it's crazy. Every time we have these episodes with the psychics and the mediums, there's always these trends that we see, but it's always a little bit different. Like her take on reincarnation was really interesting.
yeah.
And his.
Hey
Delta.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this in here real quick. Susie had threw up a message. She moderates for Sleuth Intuition.
Oh, yeah. She said something about she saw Susie in
Yeah, she
in the
knew her.
chat room. That's cool.
Tiger King will not get out, Doug.
I'm trying to find this.
Tiger King's health might be the
I
issue
know.
more than his guilt or innocence.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's cool, Susie. And Susie, again, thank you so much for the
Yeah.
super chat. That was awesome.
So cool, man.
Very nice of you to do.
I love
And
this.
I do too. It's a fun show. So Garrett's going to get a guest for us next week.
Yeah.
But
Thanksgiving guest.
Thanksgiving guest. It'll be a surprise
What
guest.
if I just bring Larry on and we just bullshit for 2 hours for Thanksgiving?
We could.
Hey, we should have drinks with Larry.
Yeah, we
for
should have
Thanksgiving drinks on Tuesday. I'm taking off
Right.
Wednesday.
Right. We should have turkey. Like,
Yes.
just eat in front of
No,
everybody.
I'm just gonna have a huge turkey leg, just the whole thing. It's gonna take me 2 hours to eat it. It's gonna be so big.
That's awesome. Yeah, we could do that. Like,
Okay,
like I
cool.
said, what's my envision is like we're sitting in my living room.
Yeah,
Or sitting at
eating
the house
turkey legs.
eating turkey legs
with Larry.
with Larry.
Last time we went someplace like that, all you could sit there all evening yelling off with her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. We went to that what was it called?
Medieval times.
Medieval times.
Medieval times.
One of the
where
best scenes ever on Gable Guy when they're at I love that part.
All right. Well, surprise guest next week. Better be good, Garrett.
Oh, I got it.
All right. We'll talk to you next time. From the high plains of the Midwest, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever your time zone might be. My nod to the late and great Art